Welcome to Tech Pop Boom with your hosts, Scott and Brandon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tech Pop Boom with your hosts, Scott and Brandon. I'm Scott.
And I'm Brandon.
We're just hanging out, talking about the latest pop culture news and events. This week we'll talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what's in Brandon's hand.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Brandon's, he's got a new toy.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some streaming videos news. We're going to talk about some tech news. We're going to talk some music. We'll just talk nonsense. We're just a couple of idiots hanging out on a Friday night with nothing else better to do than do a podcast.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys are listening and having fun with it. So
Yes.
without further ado, Brandon, it's been about, 2-3 weeks since we've done a podcast.
Yeah.
What in the name of God have you been up to since then?
Not much. But I want to guess what's in my hand. I really.
I'm afraid to ask what is in your hand.
Okay. You got three. I'll give you three guesses.
3 guesses. What's in your hand?
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming it's some kind of gadget. So, I mean, a new phone.
No, not a new phone. Okay.
Not a new phone. What's that Amazon hockey puck thing you're talking about getting?
Oh, you mean the Echo?
Yeah, Echo.
Or that little, or the small, or it's called the Dot or something.
Whatever.
No.
What's the tall one called?
Oh, the Echo. Yeah, the tall one. Nope. Too big to fit in my hand, though.
Oh, okay. What's in your hand?
Yeah, one more guess.
I don't know. One more guess. A new wallet.
No. I got that one 3 months ago. A new wallet. Okay.
So what is in your hand, Brandon? Drum roll, please.
Right now, it's not even open yet. Star Wars Awkward Force Blu-ray is standing in my hand. I mean, that's
Star Wars what?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking, what the hell are you talking about?
What the hell am I talking about? I know. Wait, Awkward Force. Hold on. I know. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah. The Force.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Are you watching in Blu-ray?
Hey, I'm watching in Blu-ray. Yes, I bought the Blu-ray.
Awesome movie. My son and I sat down in front of the TV the other day. We watched it, and I loved it. It was great. Oh my gosh! I think I've maybe seen it 3 or 4 times now,
You've seen
which
it
is not a lot, but yeah, I saw it twice in theaters, and I think twice maybe at home.
So maybe I should open it then, huh?
Oh, you definitely need to watch it as soon as we're done with the podcast. Well, there's a couple of shows I want to watch, so we'll get into that later. But yeah, we'll watch it tonight after we get done with the podcast. You're gonna love it.
Okay. I mean, is there anything I need to know, like what happened before, or do I gotta go back and watch the last one, or no?
Well, no, you don't have to. This movie takes place 30 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Maybe a little over 30 years after Return of the Jedi. You just have to know who Princess Leia is, who Luke Skywalker is, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO. The main, you know who those characters are.
Yeah.
You have to remember that Luke is a Jedi Knight.
Okay.
Han Solo and Princess Leia, when Return of the Jedi had just ended, they were in love. They weren't married. They hadn't done anything other than they had fell in love, and that's kind of where it had stopped. So now it's 30 some odd years later, and the thing I love about Star Wars, this particular movie, The Force Awakens, is it's not complicated. It's so easy to follow. You don't have to watch any of the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
You can put this in and just fall in love with it. It's so good. It's almost like a reboot of the original Star Wars. A lot of people complain that it's too much like the original Star Wars. I thought it was perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. It's from the minute you put the movie on, and the credits roll. They have the credits in the sky.
Yeah.
You read that, it's like, wow, even that's easy to follow. Okay, great, let's get this thing started. And the movie starts, and it's like, put your seatbelt on and your bowl of popcorn, and just have a hell of a time. It's so fun. It's so good.
It's not going to It's not going to start slow, is it? Is it start slow?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
It's maybe I'm biased because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, but it's great. And it brings up a lot of questions, but that's what Star Wars done. By the time it's all done, there'll be a lot of questions, and you'll kind of be, I don't know if you'll be confused, but you're like, well, it's to be continued. There's going to be 2 more movies, and
Yeah,
not only
I
that,
heard.
there's another one coming out in December called Rogue One, I think it's called, and Rogue One, it takes place between episode 3 and 4, so it takes place just before the original Star Wars. So the
Ooh.
Death Star was kind of new. Darth Vader is supposed to be in it. The other guy, Tarkin, whatever his anyway, Admiral whatever that guy, he's supposed to be in it. So it's the preview came out, and if you're a Star Wars, if you're a Star Wars person, you've seen it. But if you haven't seen it, Brandon, well, you're not a Star Wars guy, so you could probably care less. But
Yeah.
if after this movie, you're really into the Star Wars universe, go look up Rogue One, the preview for it's. Oh my God, it's got the AT-AT walkers. It's got this Chinese guy who fights. All new characters. It has none of the original Star Wars characters. Well, I guess it kind of does, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The Force
Hmm.
Awakens. Holy shit! It's probably the best movie of the year, if
Okay.
not ever, in the history of movies. Great
That's why
movie.
I bought it, because you raved so much and you gave me so much shit
Yep.
about not watching,
Well, I did.
going to
I
watch it.
did too.
Yeah,
I
you
laid it on
did.
pretty thick.
Yes. And so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go buy it. So I went to Best Buy this morning, and I was like, looking at routers, because my router seems to want to go out or something. I don't know. Every time I'm like
Okay.
watching something on Netflix or something, it just likes to like die. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get price out a new one, which I still didn't end up getting one. But then I walked past the display, wasn't gonna get it. Walked past this display again, went, you know what? Scott gave me so much shit about this movie. You know what? I should just go buy it, just so I can
Yep.
watch it, so I can understand why you love this movie so much. So I'm gonna next podcast we'll talk about it. Okay, well, I'll let you my
Sounds good.
opinion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
You probably won't like it. You'll have something negative to say, and I'll tell you you're wrong, and we'll get into a big battle, and I'll tell you you're wrong anyways.
well, you remember I like everything.
That's true.
So
You
even if
typically
it's
do like everything.
bad, I mean, either the bad stuff I like. So
Yeah, it's so good. Even just thinking about it makes me want to watch it again.
no, yeah.
It's so
Okay, it's
epic.
that good. Okay. Okay.
Oh God, yes, hell yeah.
So, I was gonna ask you a question. Do you
Yes,
Have you heard
yes,
of that
yes,
new that new
yes.
DTE app, the Insight app?
I think I have, but tell me a bit about it before I say yes. I
Where
have, in
where it monitors your power in real time?
yes,
Okay.
I have heard about that, and I've considered downloading it, but I have not. Would you please tell me more about this app, Sir Brandon?
Okay. Well, what it does is that they'll actually send you box, which they did. They sent me a box so you can do it in real time. But if you don't have the box, it does it day by day, so you can look at how much power you use during the daytime. Or I mean,
You
not
said they
during
send
the
you.
daytime.
You said they send you a
Oh
box.
yeah, they'll send you a little small box if you go online, and I'll send you the link, Scott, if you want one. But I got a letter in the mail. This is how it all started. Okay, I had the app already. Okay, but I didn't have the box yet.
What
And
is the box for?
box is actually it goes and you know how we all have these wireless that go, and they don't have to have the meter reader guy come and look at your meter,
Hmm.
beams it to, I guess, DTE. But yeah, that's our power company where we live, in case, for other people who don't live around here. But so what it does is it gives you in real time. It communicates with the meter, so it gives you real time on any power that you're using exactly right at that moment. So if I turn on my TV, I found out my TV uses about 120 watts.
No, crazy.
And then I found out my refrigerator uses like 200 and something watts. So it'll tell you like in kilowatts how many kilowatts, and then it adds it up per day, and it puts it up on the side. Well, just yesterday they updated the app, and now it tells you how much per day you use. So I use about $1 a day. I guess I use like 70 cents, $1 a day for power.
Wow.
So yeah, I know. I don't use much power, but I thought it was
What is it?
interesting.
What's the name of this app again? I'm gonna look
It's
it up.
called Insight. Let me it's under DTE Insight. And now iPhone,
DT.
yep, DTE Insight. That's what
Okay.
oh, that's what we have. But
DTE. Here it is. Insight. Okay.
yeah, now on the iPhone,
Downloading now.
but the
Yes.
iPhone is interesting because the iPhone I heard, or I think it was like a YouTube video, that you can go buy a power or anything by a cord, and it'll tell you how much power that device is using.
That's because Apple is superior.
Yeah, I
Superior.
know. I don't get that, but the Android one doesn't have that. That's the one
Well,
criticism I have with this. But
well,
yeah,
again, we are better.
they'll send you. Well, what happened was they sent me a letter for the box. They were like, hey, here's the
So
box.
I'm confused by the box. What is a box? What do you do with this box?
Well,
What's in the
okay.
box?
The box is an electronic little box. It's very small. Now you have to be so many feet away from your meter. Okay.
Hold on, does this app cost money?
No.
It's
Nope.
free.
It's
Okay.
free. Yeah. Even the box was free.
Okay. Now tell me more about the
So
box.
the box it's like it works through your Wi-Fi, so you plug it in your router, and you have to be so
Mm-hmm.
many feet away from your meter, of course. And what it does is you have to link it to your phone or to your account, which is in the Inside app, and then it automatically it reads from the meter what's on the meter on your phone. So you can just open up the app and it just tells you, yeah, how much power you're using at that second.
Crazy.
I found out what electronic in my house uses the most power, and I was shocked by it. You'll never guess. And now I was going to replace something. I was going to replace my refrigerator, but it's not. Well, of course it's not my refrigerator, but now I'm going to replace this item. That'll be my next thing on my list to buy. But I did
And what, pray tell, may that be?
that was my dishwasher. I could
Really?
not believe my dishwasher uses up so much power, and I did not know that until I got this app.
Well, that's neat.
Oh, I was like, wow. But I realized something else, that my TV uses like nothing. Like almost like I think it only used like 100 watts.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been a lot more than that. But like about 100, 150. But it is a LD. It is a LCD with the LED.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's LED. So I'm assuming, of course, it would be like that. But wow. But I love it. I open it up once in a while just to see what I use that day.
That's pretty neat.
So I was wondering, okay, you haven't heard of it, but yeah, no, you should,
You heard it here first on
yes, you
Tech
heard it
Pop
here.
Boom.
Yes, I don't know if anyone else has it, but I know in the Michigan area, Detroit area, they do have that app, and you can get the box if you go online. I'll try to
Mm-hmm.
find the link and I'll put it on our webpage. If you guys want to go and try to see if you can get the box too. But yeah, it's like a little small like white box that plugs into your router and it goes on the internet, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. I can be anywhere and look at it and see how much power I'm using. It's I love it. I just had to say it. I was gonna say it on the last podcast and I didn't, was because I forgot.
Cray-A-A-Z. So,
Yeah.
Brandon, what have you been watching on TV?
Well, good thing you ask. Have you finished Daredevil yet?
No, I actually stopped. I was bored out of my fucking skull.
Really?
Yes, I did not like it. I keep hearing everyone tell me how, or everyone say how good it is and how much they liked it. And I'm thinking, well, are you watching a different show? Because it wasn't. I guess I shouldn't say it was terrible, but it was boring. I hated the two law. I forgot the name, Froggy or Foggy,
Foggy,
and
yeah.
then the girl with the red hair who was in True Blood. I absolutely can't stand those characters. They were terrible in the show. The guy who plays Daredevil, I don't know. A guy at work had told me about how it ended, and it sounds great, and I really want to finish it to see just to see the Punisher and everything wind up. I haven't gotten there, and up to this point, I truly have no interest
So where did
in
you
finishing
stop?
the show.
So where did you
I think
stop?
I had maybe 2 or 3 episodes to go before I was done. I can't remember the final. I think Elektra and what's the guy's name who was training Daredevil? The blind
Okay.
guy.
Oh,
He
okay.
entered the
You're
picture.
okay.
Him, and then he let the photographer, or the secretary lady in, and she got upset
Oh, okay. Okay. You're at
because
that. You were at
yeah.
that
Then they
part.
found out Electra was hired by the blind guy, and then I don't know.
Okay.
It was too much. You know what it was? Too much effing dialogue, not enough action. I don't follow the comic books at all, and I couldn't get into it.
You
It was
couldn't.
the same problem with the first season. The first season was even worse, but this one's a little bit better than the first season. Just every single episode, it's an hour long, and I tell you, it feels every bit of an hour. It feels every bit of 60 minutes. Like it's just okay. It's 30 minutes. I'm like, is this show still on? Do something. Make me excited. I don't know. It makes me mad. I'm passionate about my shows, and this one, if they decided to end it, I would be happy.
It's
You
very.
know what it was? It makes me want to watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I think Luke Cage is coming out in September, and I can't wait for Luke Cage and Jessica Jones because this one has just lost my interest, and that's how I feel about that. Thumbs down to Daredevil.
So
What do you think?
okay, it's very funny because I felt like that too. I mean, that was interesting. You should say that because how the long how long it went, and I'm like, oh, is this an hour or is this? I thought it was just me that because I was tired. But now that you kind of say that, either though I will watch the rest of it, 'cause I want to see how it ends.
Oh, you didn't finish it either?
No, no, no. I'm further than you were where you stopped. I'm way further, which
Okay.
I'm not gonna give away, but I like only got like 2 more episodes to
Oh,
go. I
I
think.
already know how it ends. The guy at work told me how it ends.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. See, I'll have to finish it then. But I am gonna watch Star Wars before I do. But do you know what started today? Which I almost clicked to see it, and I just said no, no, no.
That's what I wanted to talk about. That's what
Okay.
I want to watch. That's why I want to finish this podcast so I can watch it.
Watch this. Me
Is
too.
that
Well, after this.
Kimmy Schmidt? What's it
Yes.
called?
Kimmy Smith. Oh, what is it? Kimmy Smith. What was it? Um,
It's a Netflix show.
yeah. Uh, you know what?
The Adventures of Kimmy Schmidt or something like
Or
that.
something like that. Oh, come on. Let me go to my Netflix account because I gotta get this right. Hold on. Give me a second there. It's coming up. Okay, yeah, The Unbreakable Kimmy Smith.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. There you go.
Smith. Yeah, I said that right.
So
Um,
I want to watch that one too. That
But
looks
oh,
good.
I almost clicked and I almost stopped Daredevil to watch this, and I said, you know what? No, no, no. I'm gonna finish Daredevil first, and then I'm gonna watch this because I could not wait. I gotta tell you how long I could not wait for the second season to come out of this show because I love the first
Yeah,
one so much.
me too. Me
Oh,
too.
okay. So you haven't seen a single
I haven't
bit?
se- I haven't seen a second of it. No,
Second, okay. So you didn't watch the trailer or anything?
I know nothing,
Okay,
absolutely
okay,
nothing
okay,
about
okay.
it. Nope, I sure don't. Nope,
I'll keep my mouth shut. Then we'll have to talk about that the next podcast. I'll keep my mouth shut. But another one. Okay.
absolutely.
So now after I finish that, what do you think I should watch after? Okay, here's the list I got. Okay. Should I go back and continue? What is it? Not breaking. Okay. Walking Dead, because I stopped at a certain point.
Oh, Walking Dead. They just finished this last season. You definitely want to keep up with The Walking Dead. I
Okay,
definitely
so
recommend
because I
that.
got a lot to go.
Okay.
Let me see. I got that. Or should I? Let me see here. Should I watch? I'm trying to think. Okay, or should I finish Shameless? Because I didn't
Oh,
finish that
Shameless is
either.
epic. Shameless is oh my! If you haven't finished Shameless, shame on you. You should have finished that the day it ended.
Oh,
That's
see, I
just one
didn't
of the best
finish
shows on
that.
TV.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
you got to
finish
finish Shameless.
Shameless. Okay,
Shameless
okay.
is awesome. It's
So I should.
so good.
So it did end really good then. It's not a waste
Oh
of my
yeah,
time.
it's great. Shameless is always great. There's never been a lousy season.
No, there
You want to
hasn't
finish
been.
Shameless. You definitely want to finish Walking Dead. Keep up with everything so that way you'll be up to date.
Okay.
Any other shows that you're considering that
You
you
know what?
haven't watched?
I was considering The Ranch on Netflix.
Oh, you know what?
but I
I
didn't
saw
click
that
on it.
came out. I always like when new shows come on. I like to check them out.
Yeah.
This is, I tell you, I put that show on. I want to say it's about maybe a half hour comedy, but I couldn't even tell you because I put it on. And Brandon, if it lasted 10 minutes, it was I'd be surprised. It's a laugh track series where they have stupid jokes that my son who's 7 years old wouldn't even laugh at. Actors who are washed up, the guys from the '70s show, Ashton Kutcher, and the other
Yeah.
guy from that '70s show, and then you got the one Southern actor, Sam, forgot his name, and then Deborah Winger, and they're I guess they own a ranch, and but the show takes place in front of a studio audience, or was supposed to be a studio audience. I think it's a laugh track, and the first 10 minutes was enough for me. I couldn't get past it. I have much better things to do with my time than watch another stupid show like that. I wouldn't waste my time. The 10 minutes I watched was too much. I'm basing my whole the whole season on my 10-minute watching of that horrible stupid show. Why anyone would waste time? I'm, so, I'm
It's
so
that
so
bad?
funny. Well, I only watched 10 minutes of it. The 10 minutes I watched was absolutely fucking stupid.
Okay.
There's no way I would recommend that show. It
Okay.
could be great. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I didn't give it a
So it
chance,
didn't pique
but
your
it just looked
interest.
stupid. I'm not an Ashton Kutcher fan to begin with,
Okay.
so that alone. But I gave it 10 minutes, and nope, it's just stupid,
Okay.
absolutely stupid. No, I could go back and say, hey, I was wrong, and I love it, but as of this recording, it's a horrible show.
Okay. What about Trailer Park Boys? I was thinking about that one. That one's new.
I've heard good things about Trailer Park Boys, but the problem with Trailer Park Boys is I've never watched a single episode, and there is a ton of shows available. I don't know where to start. I think Trailer Park Boys, if you start from the very beginning, it almost seems like it would be dated. If you start at the point now, I'm kind of lost. I don't know any of the characters or anything that's going on. So
Okay.
I really, I don't know. But that being said, I've heard great things and how funny it is. But I haven't really watched it. I think I tried watching the latest season or whatever the final season was, and I kind of felt lost. I
Hmm.
didn't understand it. But if you watch it, let me know how it is, and let
Okay.
me know where to start because it did look like it would be a funny show.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put it on my. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on my list right now. So, because
Oh,
I was flipping through all these originals, and I'm going, oh, I don't even know where to start.
yep, yep,
I
yep.
really don't even
There's a
need.
show on Showtime that just started. Andrew Dice Clay has a show on Showtime that's pretty funny called Dice. That's a pretty funny show. If you don't mind Andrew Dice Clay, that's
Oh,
pretty good.
I don't mind. Okay. I mean, what is it about? It's just is he like?
Andrew Dice Clay, he lives in Las Vegas. He plays himself. He plays Andrew Dice Clay. And he's got a girlfriend. It's just a more animated version. It's him playing himself living in Las Vegas. Uh, and it's just funny because I like comedies. So it's not great, but it's fun.
So, did you see anything else,
I'm
or
trying. I'm looking through
you're looking through your
uh,
Netflix
my
account?
apps right. Well, not even, I haven't gotten Netflix. I was at Showtime. Now I'm on HBO
All right,
just to see what
HBO.
shows
Okay,
I
okay.
watched.
I haven't watched
Mm.
really anything real. I mean,
Oh,
other than Daredevil. I mean, and I was like, man, I
that
don't know
was
where to
terrible.
go. But oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what I watched? I should probably be ashamed to say this, but I watched Straight Outta Compton the other day. I don't know why.
Why are you
You know
ashamed
why?
of?
You
Why
know
are you
why?
ashamed?
It's your because I hate rap. It's your fault because I was listening to Howard Stern, and Ice Cube was on there, and I was listening to Ice Cube, and he was talking about NWA and his whole career, and I was on this app I have on my iPad, and I saw that Straight Outta Compton was on there. I thought, oh, maybe I'll put this on, see what this is like. And next thing I know, I finished the entire movie, and I'm really not a fan of rap at all.
No, you
But
hate it.
I yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, you hate it.
Um, yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I really kind of do hate it. I kind of do hate rap. I'm not a fan of rap. I'm not a fan of
Wonder
R&B.
why
Like
is that?
well, I
Curious.
was, I'm, I've grown up in my brother plays drums. Uh, uh, I grew up listening to Van Halen and Kiss and the Rolling Stones and the Ramones and, 80s, glam rock. I've always just been a rock. I've been in bands my whole life. I sing when given the opportunity in rock bands. I'm just a rock and roll guy. And typically when, you're a rock and roll guy, not all guys, but I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. I've just never been a fan of rap. I try to be. I don't I hate to be negative about
Nope.
music or anything for that matter. If you like something and it makes you happy, then God bless you, enjoy it. But uh,
I mean,
I,
I don't. I like. I mean, I like rap, but I also like movie scores too. I mean, it's not my main music. My main
yeah,
music would be movie scores. I mean, I have a whole bunch more movie scores than I do rap. But I do listen to rap,
I,
and I kind of
I
can
think it's
listen
good
to
to have
rock.
an open mind when it comes to music. It's good to kind of just keep an open ear and enjoy everything. But it's hard for me to do that. I don't like jazz. I don't like rhythm and blues. I don't R&B. I should say, like Rihanna and what's that other broad Beyonce
Beyond,
and that
yeah.
kind of crap. I cannot. Oh,
See,
I
I
cannot.
like
And
Rihanna.
Kanye. I think Kanye should be
Kanye.
thrown in front of a bus. He should be thrown in front of a bus twice. Oh, I
I
hate
like
that man. I hate that man with a passion. You should just have a slow death. I hate that man.
I like Kanye. Okay, wow, you named all the people I actually like.
So yeah, I'm trying to. What
Wow.
other shows am I ever watching?
I'm sorry.
Vinyl.
Yeah.
Vinyl is a good show on HBO. If you ever watch Vinyl, it's okay.
Well,
I
yeah.
was hoping it'd be
No,
better than what it was,
yeah,
but it
you
was still
said
good.
it wasn't like what you thought it was.
It wasn't what I thought it was, but I still enjoy it, and I think it's worth watching. Some people have watched the first episode and said, "No, I can't watch this. This is too stupid." And the first episode really did not do the season justice. It gets better after the first. I should say the first show, not the first season. It gets better after the first episode. If you have patience, maybe you want to skip the first show and just go to the second show. But I liked it. So Vinyl is decent. Let me log into Netflix. I don't think I've watched much Netflix, to be honest.
You have watched
I
this?
think
No, did you ever get your Amazon account back?
no, that's what I watched. I didn't get it back yet, but I watched Catastrophe. I watched 3 episodes of Catastrophe, which is a long story about how I watched it, but it doesn't matter. But for the sake of this show, I did watch 3 episodes of Catastrophe. And have you watched any of it?
No, 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 no. What is it? I've never heard of catastrophe
we, we,
on.
we, we had this exact same
Oh,
conversation in the last
yes, we
podcast.
did. No, no, no,
It's
no. You're right. You're right. We did. You're right.
the
Go
guy
ahead.
he married the Irish girl, and
Yes. Okay. Oh,
anyways,
yes.
Brandon,
That's right.
it's
Yes, I have.
just it's equally as funny. It's just as good. I think it's only 6 episodes. I really need to finish that show.
Okay. You know
That's
what?
another
I gotta watch that
humongous
one.
thumbs up. If you like the first season, oh, you're gonna love the second. It's laugh out loud funny. It's so well written. It's great. It's just
Okay. You
great.
know what?
That's one of those
Ah.
shows that really needs to be recognized. People really need to take the time. I wish it was on Netflix because I think it would get a little bit more attention. I think it's kind of lost in the shuffle on Amazon.
Yeah, because they didn't advertise it or nothing. That's right.
No,
Why do
well,
I
yeah, they
why do
didn't.
I think it's see I see I keep on forgetting that that's catastrophe that show. I mean because it was so long ago since we saw it.
I
How
know.
wonderful when you
It
say
was
it.
long, and they only released another 6 episodes. You would
So
think it'd
it's
be a
only
full
six
season, but
still. Oh,
it's only 6 still. But again, the first story I watched is very funny, so
okay.
I think you'll
Does
like
it
it.
does it start where it stopped? Like from the last
I
from see it.
will. I will not answer that question because I
Okay,
don't want
okay,
to give
okay.
anything
You don't
away.
want to give anything away. Okay, don't answer if you're
No.
giving it away. Okay, forget it, forget it.
Yep.
Okay, man, I'm in the same dilemma I was at the last podcast of saying, okay, what to watch. So basically, I probably wasted my time with Daredevil, and
I
I
hate to
should
say
have
it, but
went
I think
to,
you did too. Yeah.
and I could have watched Catastrophe,
Yeah.
or another
Watch
show.
Catastrophe. That's a great one. Yep.
I should. Oh, but then I gotta watch the Star Wars that you want. Oh man, I got a lot to watch.
You
I'm
don't
probably
have to watch. I mean, you should want to watch Star Wars. You should be like, you know what? Shame on me. This movie
no.
came in theaters and then I didn't see it. You should be just kicking yourself. You
See,
should be angry at yourself,
I will
pissed
be
off.
angry. I will be pissed off at myself after I watch it. If it is that good, if it's that good, I will be mad that I didn't go see it. You
And
were right.
if it isn't And if it isn't that good, then shame on you for
Yeah,
not
shame
having
on
good
me for that.
taste.
I'm just saying. No, I want to watch this movie. The reason I want to watch this movie is because you were saying how. I mean, for 3 podcasts, you can go back and listen to all three. 3 podcasts, he gave me shit about not going to see it. Okay. In fact, I'll tell you something else that even made, and then he gets mad because I said, "Well, yeah, but I
Oh
went to go
yeah.
see Hunger Games instead of, and I could have went to see this movie, but then
Oh,
I went to
oh
go see
my
Hunger Games."
God. Shame on you. Just saying that again just fuels the fire. Why
Yeah,
would you
no, I
waste
ain't
your
even
time on
feel
such a
fire.
horrible movie when you can see an epic movie? Oh
No,
my
Hunger
Hunger
Games is
Games. You know, it's
awesome.
funny. Hunger Games, I have like zero interest in Hunger Games. So much so. What's that movie I told you I was watching the other day
Oh,
and you told me there were
a
three of
define.
them?
Yes. Um, um,
What's that movie called?
come on. It starts with a D. It's the other. Oh, come on. I think I even have it.
Divergent?
Oh, Divergence. Thank you.
Divergent.
Thank you.
Okay, Divergent. So I started watching this movie called Divergent. I had never
Yes.
heard of this in my life.
Love it.
I know nothing about this movie. Okay,
Love it.
so I put this movie on because it's again, I have this app on my phone, on my iPad with a ton of movies, and this movie was on there. So I, not knowing what it was, I clicked the play button, and I'm maybe, I don't know, I'd say a half hour, maybe even an hour into this movie, and I'm texting Brandon at the same time saying, "Hey, I'm watching this movie. It really, really reminds me so much of the Hunger Games. It's pretty much a blatant ripoff of the
I
Hunger
don't think it
Games."
was,
And
but
then
go
that's when
ahead.
you, oh, I definitely think it was.
But go
And
ahead.
and then you told me, oh yeah, that's the first one. There's two more after that. And I said, what? There's two more of these pieces of shit. And I stopped the movie. I didn't even finish it, and I have no interest in watching the rest of it.
You
Just
don't
knowing
want
that
to
there's
see the
three of
rest
those
of
movies,
it.
it was to me it was a blatant ripoff
I think
of
the other
the
one's on
Hunger Games.
HBO.
And the Hunger Games after the first movie, it just kind of died. It just seemed like no one really gave a shit. Unless you read the book, you didn't give a shit. And for these people to do another just a ripoff, it's like, okay, if I want to watch the Hunger Games, I watch the Hunger Games. I'm not going to watch
Well,
Divergent.
okay. Here's the thing about this. But, you watch only the first one. You should go watch the second one because the first one was done by a different. Okay, I'll
I
admit the
did.
first one.
Hunger Games. I watched the first Hunger Games, and I watched the second Hunger
Okay,
Games.
Hunger
I
Games.
think you
Okay.
let me borrow or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Catching Fire. Yeah, yeah.
I watched that one. I haven't watched. Isn't there two more? The third and there's a
Yeah,
fourth
there's a
one.
third and a fourth, but that's part two. That's the third book. But they did it in 2 parts. So part one and part
Yeah, I
two.
don't. Maybe one day before I die, I may see it, but I'm in no rush
Yeah,
to
I
to see
mean,
it.
because they did a very good job with the book. You don't even have to open the book anymore. Now, basically, you could actually you've already did Catching Fire. You already know how that's gonna. They did cut out some parts for timing, only because it would be a 3-hour movie. The next one, the next two, goes with the book perfectly. I mean, it
Hmm.
starts from like I could sit there and go, okay, I know what's gonna happen next. Oh, I know what's gonna happen next. Oh, okay, that happened. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember that part. But I went to the movie just to see because I said, okay, I could either see Star Wars or I could see Hunger Games. I really want to see
Shame, and you went and said it
Hunger
again. Shame for shame for shame for shame. I know your name, and you are horrible decision.
I
Speaking of
had.
movies, I saw. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your
Oh no,
thought.
go ahead. No, no. I was just say I just had to. I saw them all, and I just didn't want to not see the last one in the movie theater. That was
Oh,
all.
I know that's your movie. I understand. You're a big Hunger
Yeah,
Games
like
fan,
Star Wars is yours.
right? But yeah,
Okay, go
I
ahead.
did go to the show last weekend to go see Batman versus Superman. I saw that, and I liked it. I went to the movie and I watched it, and I thought it was good. It had its issues, it had its problems, and I think it was a better. I like the Batman part of the movie more so than the Superman. The Superman part had problems, but I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good decent flick. It was a lot like who's the guy who did the last Batman movies, the director?
Oh, the
What's
one
that
that
guy's
did
name?
the one who did Inception and did
Yeah, that guy. Christopher Nolan. Is
Christopher
that his name?
Nolan.
Christopher
Thank
Nolan.
you. Yeah, Christopher
Yeah,
Nolan.
it
Yes.
it, it was a lot uh, like a Christopher Nolan, like really serious. It wasn't comic booky. I would have thought it would. I really thought it would be more comic booky, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a Christopher Nolan. And did he have? Maybe he was involved in it. I just don't know about it. But at any rate,
I'm
I thought
gonna
it
have
was
to look
definitely
that
worth
up.
seeing. I think people are, there's a lot of, the kind of tearing it apart. I'd say the first hour was a bit slow, but the last hour was cool. A lot of action, a lot of stuff going on. They bring in a lot of cool superheroes. They bring in Wonder Woman and Aquaman makes an appearance. The Flash makes an appearance. Cyborg makes an appearance. Really cool stuff. I really liked it.
Okay, I was just curious. I was just curious only because I mean, I would think that it would have been comic booky. That's probably. I mean, a lot of people bash this movie, from what I
Yeah,
heard.
it did.
I mean,
I mean, it has its problems. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, okay,
You know,
okay,
I'm a casual superhero movie buff, and I liked it. So
okay.
then shove it up your butt, and who cares? Because
I'll
I
wait.
did. So there.
So I'll wait for it to come to Netflix then instead of buying that one.
That one you could probably wait. You don't have to rush to the movies to see that one,
Mm,
but it was good.
it's good.
Yep,
Cool, cool. So did you watch anything
that's cool.
else?
I'm sure I did, but I can't think of it right
Can't
now.
think of it right now.
In the last 3 weeks, I think I wasted my time on Daredevil. I watched a few movies on this movie app. I watched Star Wars. I watched Deadpool. I watched Jurassic World. Have you ever seen Jurassic? Do you like the Jurassic World
Yeah,
movies? Jurassic Park?
I actually watched that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I rented that on Google Play. Yeah, it was my free movie.
Jurassic World was just amazing. That was
That
another,
was
probably one of
good.
the best movies of last year. Great, great flick. Um,
That was good. Oh, Black Mirror season 3. They were
yeah, when does that
saying
come out?
that that's going to be a Netflix exclusive.
Yeah.
Um, and that it's not going to be on BBC. Let me see when it's coming out. Let me look. It doesn't say really when it's coming out in this article. I have it on Tech Pop Boom.
Hmm.
Um, but I did, and they do have a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You can go play it. It's on Tech Pop Boom.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, there's no date. But they were saying that it's not going to be in the UK, so this is an exclusive. So I
Hmm.
thought that was pretty cool. I was like, oh,
Pretty
we get our own
cool.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, I mean,
Pretty neat.
if you never told me about this show, I don't think I would have ever clicked on it. I would have thought, oh, it's some horrors,
It's a great show. I always think about like when you recommend the show Black Mirror, you have to. I mean, it's maybe a total of whatever 6 episodes, I think. There's not many episodes for the 2 seasons that they have. And it's fun when you go to tell someone how great the show is. Someone, of course, who's never seen the show, they're going to sit down, they're going to watch the first episode of the first
Yeah,
season, right?
right.
And the first episode of the first season is so jaw-dropping, shocking. People will be like, "What in the living hell did you recommend to me?"
Yes.
Because it's so vile, it's so disgusting, it's so just horrible what happens in that episode.
Yeah.
But then
The pig
each
episode,
episode is
right?
different. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then each episode is different from the one before. No two episodes, they're not alike. It's not I don't know. It's just different. But yeah, the first episode was like, what in the living hell did you get me to watch? And I always think about that. What a horrible, not a horrible episode, but what happened in the episode was horrible. I mean, Black
But the
Mirror. If you
second
haven't
one
watched
was
Black
awesome,
Mirror,
especially
they're
the
oh no, they're
third
all
one.
awesome. They're all awesome. Every one of them.
I mean, about getting the points on the bike, and then and then that's how, and then they
Yeah.
get in this room and have to,
Hmm.
and the only way, and they inundate you with commercials, and the only way that you can get rid of the commercials is to give away your points, and then if you don't have any points, you're forced to look at your commercials, and then there's a talent show. It's kind of like I kind of like that one. The second one and the third one I thought was amazing too. About they
Yeah.
wipe the person. Oh wait, I can't say that. Never mind. You just gotta watch the second because I'm not gonna spoil that one. But it's
I just
weird because you don't know what's going on. All I'm
yeah.
gonna say is the third one you don't know, and then the John Hamm one. That's the one. That's the picture that
The Christmas one, yeah, that was a good
Christmas
one
one,
too.
which I didn't see until Christmas. But
I saw it just around Christmas because I watched it on another platform. But yeah, that's a really good
yeah, I
one
saw it
too.
on Netflix when they said, "Hey, one new episode." I'm going, "New episode? What do you mean new episode?" And I clicked. I was like, "Oh, the Christmas one!"
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, I watched, and I thought that was amazing. I was like, "Oh man, I
It
thought I
was.
saw that one." Oh, that was amazing, the Christmas one. But yeah, I'm cannot wait. I'm sitting here like that'll be the one. Whatever I'm watching, I'm going to that. I'm watching the rest. Like Catastrophe, I'm gonna probably after Star Wars, I'll probably since it's only 6 episodes, I can kick out 6 episodes in a day, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I was hoping it
Yeah.
would be more though, but okay. But I guess I mean unless you have any more shows you watch, I guess that's it.
No, but before I was curious. You recently got a new car,
Yes.
and with
Oh,
your car, you have Wi-Fi in your car. Tell me a little bit
yeah.
about the Wi-Fi in your
Well,
car.
well, I have OnStar. Okay, I brought a brand new car. Okay, the Trax, of course, and
Hmm.
it comes with OnStar and comes with Wi-Fi. Well, they gave me 3 gigs for I think it's for 3 months. And it's 3 gigs of data. Great.
Okay.
Okay, I like it. But the problem is I can't use it if I'm driving. How that? And then I start thinking about it.
Well, yeah, you can
How?
use Spotify or your
Well,
music thing, or
but my
YouTube or
cell phone.
something.
But my cell phone. I mean, how am I gonna watch YouTube and drive? That's what I'm
Well,
saying. How about I use these three
I
gigs?
know what you're saying, but you can do Spotify. You can stream music.
But I can
Like for
stream.
example, for me, there's a few podcasts that I like. They're video podcasts, and they're not like TV shows. They're just like guys talking, but they're videos. And I prefer podcasts like video podcasts. If there's a video, a lot of podcasts, they if there's a video podcast, there's like an audio only version on iTunes if you want to do it that way. But if it's a video available, I prefer to watch it with video. And I would love to have some sort of Wi-Fi in my car for that reason. Or if T-Mobile, for example, they let you stream YouTube or Netflix and all that without coming
But
towards your data. Go ahead.
see, but you have your cell phone that can also
Yeah,
stream
it,
and do that.
but I don't have free data. So if I watch YouTube in my car, it goes towards my data. I only get five gigs a month.
Yeah, but okay, let's say you can buy a hotspot plan, right? So it costs, I think it's 19 or something for like, it's really high for the first like gig or something, right? I think it's so. Why not just go and get a T-Mobile and go get a hotspot and throw it in your car and everybody can use it
Well,
instead of
again, a hotspot is just going to take more data away off of your phone. I only get
yeah, but
5 gigs, so
but
I can take my iPad and I can do I can hook it up to my phone and use it, use that hotspot, but it's still taking data away from my phone,
it's still taking
which is not
data out of my car though too, because it's on a meter plan. It's
right. But
still
you're not paying for it. You're not paying for the data in your car, for
well, I
the
mean, for the
Wi-Fi in your
first,
car.
yeah, no, not for the first. I think it's 3 months. They gave me three for free, But then, of course, after that, they want me to get hooked so I can pay for it.
How is it? Is it reliable? Is it fast?
You know what? It is not bad. Do you know that fixed my Sprint problem of always going out? I hooked it
Oh yeah.
up. Yeah, I hooked it up just to see. But I'm like, because I want to use the 3 gigs, but how can I use the 3 gigs if I'm driving? So I said, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna hook it to my Sprint phone. So I basically what I do is I have it like like a Wi-Fi, like you go in your house, it automatically comes on. Well, when my car turns
Yeah.
on, mine automatically switches to the Wi-Fi. So
Cool.
and I was using it, and I usually have a problem with Sprint where I'll be driving and it'll stop, dead stop, and because
Hmm.
of course it goes into 3G, it's not LTE, and their 3G is way below where it should be. It's like point 0.2 something. I think I put it on my personal Facebook page about what my real speed is. But it's like it's like not even 1 megabit per second. I'll just say that. Well,
Hmm.
Google is higher than that. They're streaming at like maybe 2 megabits or 3 megabits. So it stops because it has to buffer. And then it'll play a little bit and stop because it has to buffer. And so I'm like, okay. And sometimes I just cut it off and I just go to my Sirius XFM and I'll just turn that on because I just can't stream on with my phone.
Hmm.
And because the LTE, and sometimes, and then I can get to a certain spot and it'll work again, because all of a sudden I've hit an LTE, so it goes faster than what it is. The
Hmm.
thing of it is so I tried it and I realized, oh man, I can listen to all my music all the way to work without it stopping. I think it's on AT&T though. I think that's what it is really. It's really it's really contract through AT&T. So I am on AT&T's Wi-Fi. And I'm using
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But
So I have AT&T.
it,
Before I forget, one of our friends at work, someone you know very well, this week just switched to T-Mobile and got
really,
a new phone. Yeah, they got a new phone,
really. Oh yes,
the latest iPhone, and they switched to T-Mobile.
yes,
And
I
so
know.
I'm kind of curious to think, what do you think so?
I wonder what he thinks about it too, because I know he
Yeah.
asked our mutual friend. He did ask, and I like it. I did
Okay.
tell him my one problem though, that when the power went
Which
out,
was,
when the power
hmm
went out, my phone didn't work. It was dead. I mean, it was said no service.
I thought
And
when did you have T-Mobile?
well, I have T-Mobile on my Windows phone,
Oh, okay.
and then Sprint's my other phone, my
hmm
M9, my HTC One M9. So that Windows phone
Because
that I
Brandon
have,
is very important. He needs to have
yes,
two
I
cell
have
phones. He's
two
very
phones, everyone.
important.
I have two phones.
Actually, the truth is, and I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but I'm going to say it
Yeah,
anyways,
go
and you can
ahead.
take it out if you want to. Brandon's a pimp.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say that.
he has ladies. He's very big. He's very muscular.
Well,
He's
okay.
I want to get on his bad side, and he has women all over the place. I've never.
So
This
I
guy,
need two phone. I could
very
have one
scary.
phone and save the money if I was.
I'm not going to mess with you. I know how you get when you're angry, Mr. Pimp. So
Okay, okay. No. I'll probably keep that. No, but no, I have two phones, and the reason I have two phones is because I always wanted a Windows phone, one, and
hmm
two. Sprint still messes around with me. It still flickers a little bit when the screen flickers, and I don't know when it's gonna go out.
I tell you, what, after talking to you about that Windows, I would never want a Windows phone. To me, that just sounds like garbage.
You mean the one without the apps?
Yeah, it just seems like the App Store. It just doesn't. I seen. We went to the mall the other day, and they had the Windows Store or Microsoft Store, Apple Windows, the Microsoft Store, which was funny. I should have taken a picture. I thought about it. There's an Apple Store, and on the opposite side is the Microsoft Store. You go inside, and the Apple Store is so effing busy, you can barely, it's shoulder to
Yeah.
shoulder. I mean, it's just crazy,
It,
and the store is absolutely obscenely huge, right?
yeah.
And then the opposite side, Windows. Oh my God, the only people were in there, the people who worked in there. There's nobody in that store.
But
So anyway, I went inside there and I was looking at the phones, and they just look so complicated, And the App Store is nothing, like the App Store and the iPhone. And I just thought, why would anyone want to spend money on this
okay,
phone?
okay. I love the way. Okay, so the way if did you play with it or did you just look at it?
I played with it a little bit, yeah.
You play with it. Okay, okay. The way that the tiles, okay, like what I like so much about it is the fact that you have the instant tiles on the very front, kind of like the iPhone, okay. But iPhone you have just your
hmm
icons, but their icons are tiles. So here's the thing. I can look at that. I can pick up that phone and just open it up in little squares, just like kind of like Windows 10. If everybody has Windows 10, same exact thing, with the little tiles and the live tiles. Okay, so in Windows 8 too. But here's the thing. I can look at it and say, okay, look at my email and go, okay, well that email, okay, and just look at my phone and all my email is like flashing. So I don't have to touch the tile. And if I say, oh, that email's interesting, I can touch it and read it. I just like that. I just wish it had apps.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Which they're working on that. Which Microsoft is working on
And
that.
they shouldn't be working on it. They shouldn't have released it until they had a decent app store. If you don't have a phone with a decent app store, then don't release it, especially Windows. No excuse. No
Well,
excuse.
you know what? You're right about that. But the previous administration wanted to like be exclusive. So kind of like they had their own stuff, and it was only going to run on their phone. Like like Google is on Apple. I mean, and well, Apple's exclusive. None of their apps are anywhere. Okay, well, maybe one app, and that's their music streaming app. But
hmm
but one app. But if Apple, they wanted to be like they had the Apple concept, that I can't get
hmm
iMessenger on my Android. I mean, I probably would
hmm
have it if they had it out because then I know you have it, and I know my mom has it,
hmm
and I know my sister has it, so I know I would have it. But they don't do that. but Microsoft wanted to be like that, and then they them in the ass, I think, because nobody had the phone. So why would you, unless you had Google, which Google wasn't doing anything with them, and Google was on iPhone and Google was on Android, and I think Google's what makes the iPhone pretty good. I gotta say that because remember what happened when they got rid of Google Maps? Off the iPhone.
Yeah.
I remember because I had the iPhone then.
Yep.
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is a piece of shit," and then
Hmm.
what did Google do? They released the app, and I guarantee you that's probably the most used app is the Google Map app on an iPhone rather than the whatever iMap or whatever the hell it's called. But there's none of that. YouTube app, I think like I said, I think it was two podcasts ago. What Microsoft should do is Microsoft should go I don't know, go all the way down to Google headquarters, knock on their door, give them a buttload of money, and say, look, we want every app that you have on the iPhone on our phone, every single app. I mean the YouTube app down, and we want you guys to support it rather than us do it. Because when Microsoft does their app, it kind of sucks. So I don't know. Well, no, actually, their Facebook app was okay because they got a true Facebook app now, so which is pretty cool because Facebook decided to do one. So all right, here speaking about phones, but yeah, I like my phone. I do. I mean, would it be my main phone? No. Our podcast for Google Play is gonna come or supposedly come out April
Yeah, I saw
18th.
that.
So we last time they said it was February. It didn't happen. They said it was
Yeah, it's taking
January.
forever.
It didn't happen. They're supposed to be. Well, NPR kind of spilled the beans. They in this article. That's what they said, but they're not sure because it's not official. It's not from Google, but they're thinking that the podcast, that all the podcasts will be available with the new app, which that would make sense because I don't know. You're not on Android, so you're not going to know what I'm talking about, but on Android, they start changing the Google apps to have the icons look a little different. So it kind of looks
Hmm.
the icon and have a little bit more material design in it. So I'm thinking since the Play app is the only one that isn't upgraded yet, that's going to be the next one, the music one. It hasn't,
Okay.
yeah, because the movie one got switched over. The game one is still the same. The movie one and the news one got switched over to the new app with the new icon, but not the.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming that when that gets replaced, it'll be the podcast. That'll be a new app there. So
Okay.
I'm hoping because we're on the Google Play, or you can go download it instead of iTunes. You can go to Google Play because we're on there too. And so we did get
Okay.
approved, so we will be there. Did you hear about now? How do you feel about this? That AMC Theaters is
I
considering
saw that.
giving people text during the
No,
movie. What do
no,
you
no.
think?
They went back. No, they went back. They sent me an email and it's all over the internet. Some genius at AMC theaters had put out some sort of release or some sort of statement saying they were considering letting people text in some of their theaters during the movie while the movie is playing. And then people read that and they, hell over heel. They just went nuts, and it was just stupid idea. But this was like when the last week this happened,
Yeah.
and in the last this today, as a matter of fact, they came out and they said, okay, well, we got feedback and we're not going to do it. More or less, that's the 2 cent version.
Okay.
They threw it out there. People got upset. They didn't want it, so whoever the guy was who originally said, okay, well, we hear you. We're not going to do it. We're never going to do it. It's not going to happen. Forget we said it. Move on.
But
Forget what you saw here.
people still do text. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know
they're
if
going
you've
to do
been
it
there.
but they were going to allow it, but now they said no, it's not going to be,
Yeah, that would suck.
we're not, it's not a thing.
That
Yes,
would
it would.
suck because that light, if you're unless you're on the top row, then it doesn't matter because there's no. But that
Unless you're
light,
in one of the theaters with the new reclining seats, because those are a lot thicker, a lot bigger, and maybe it wouldn't be shoulder to shoulder. You have more rooms to spread out. But even still, it would still be
yeah, that light.
burdensome. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's see, I don't care what the person's doing below me or whatever. I don't care. But when I in my movie because I'm watching the movie, but that when I can tell, like I could tell when somebody turns on their phone a mile away because and
Yep.
on the side of your eye you see that bright light, and it's like, what the hell, and it does distract you. So I was one of those people that was like, oh no, because my watch has a movie mode, and if you turn it
Hmm.
on, because my watch would be turning on because I got a smartwatch everywhere in case nobody knows, but every time I would turn my wrist, my light would come on, and it would. So they got a theater mode to
Yeah.
where it cuts it off. Like anytime I turn my wrist, it won't turn on, and the only way to turn it
Well,
on
that's
is you have to
cool.
hit the side. So I think that was cool. Android put that on there. But yeah, if I didn't have that
Hmm.
mode, every time I would turn my wrist, everybody would see the light of my watch.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that would
Hmm.
suck. Or anytime I get an alert, it would brighten up the whole place. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so they're not gonna do it, huh? And
Yeah, they
let's.
said they weren't going to do it.
Oh, okay. So yes. So okay. So I didn't hear about that. Our T-Mobile, they were considering, or I haven't seen it yet, but we're set to launch a data-only plans. So since I have T-Mobile, but I have the I have the what is it called? Prepaid plan. I don't have postpaid, meaning that I pay them for minutes rather than the opposite is I wait and then pay later, once that's paid. But
Hmm.
I um I haven't seen it because I would actually consider the data plan. I actually would wish T-Mobile. The only thing I don't like also is I have like the $50 and I have unlimited calling, unlimited, well, 2 gigs of fast data, but unlimited data too, and a hotspot
Well,
and everything.
our buddy who just switched, he said him and his wife both get 6 gigs a month per phone. That's what he said. So he gets
Damn.
6 gigs and his wife gets 6 gigs. Unless I misunderstood. But you know what happened is he had a phone with AT&T
Yeah.
and he used to load some money on it. And then he decided he wanted to switch to T-Mobile. And as soon as he switched to T-Mobile, he had to pay off his phone from AT&T in
Yeah.
order to do that, right?
Right.
Okay, so he did that, and then the same week he paid off his phone from AT&T and switched to T-Mobile. His phone died.
Really? Does
Yeah,
the other
so
the AT&T
he
phone?
the AT&T phone. It was an iPhone. It was like the iPhone 6, not the iPhone 6S. It was the iPhone 6, and his phone died.
No way.
So he just paid it off after having it for 2 years, whatever it was. And this is the second phone. This wasn't the first phone he had. He had this exact same problem actually that he had with the phone. It just stopped working.
See,
Anyways,
iPhone. See, there you go with the
yeah.
iPhone stuff. Go
So
ahead.
whatever. So anyway, he had to go to when he switched to T-Mobile. He had switched to T-Mobile, but when he went there, he went and he had to get a brand new phone because the phone he had just stopped working. So he got one. It was buy one get one half off. So he got one for his wife. So he got the iPhone 6S, and I think she did. And they threw in a couple of cases for free.
Wow.
And I think they gave him $200 toward the phone, his old phone. So
Okay.
I guess that paid off
The
the
phone, yeah.
whatever he owed.
He
Right.
owed.
But still, it's not, what luck, that's horrible.
Well, that's horrible. I did not know that. Oh, but
Yeah.
see, T-Mobile's I have the post. See, he's postpaid and I'm prepaid, so they don't have the data only plans. I looked because I would have loved to have had the data only plans.
I don't know.
So, I guess let me see. That would be it for my tech news. There's not much really out there other than Netflix is creeping up on their
Oh
plans.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
I heard about that.
and that's really it. So that is it. Got anything else, Scott?
That's all I got.
Okay, well then we will talk to you guys or see you guys later or talk to you guys. Wait. Or whatever.
All right, take it easy. See you later.
Peace, everybody.
Bye.